Hello. I got invited to take part in a COVID-19 antibody study, which is a study that you can do at home. I don't know why they invited me. Apparently it was completely random, but I wonder if it might be because I've got a funny blood group. I'm AB negative, which is like 1% of the population. I don't know, I just wonder if maybe it's something to do with that, or it probably is just completely random. So this morning the test arrived. So there's lots of stuff in here. Got a lovely leaflet. Your at-home antibody test for coronavirus. Another leaflet about the research study. That's mostly about what they're doing with your data, it seems. Another leaflet with Q&A stuff on it. And that was just the letter that said what was in it and what to do a bit. But the main bit that's got the information of what you've actually got to do is in here. And then the lovely bag with all the testing stuff in. So do I think I've had it? Possibly. Just before the lockdown started, we were still hosting language students, and I had a couple of girls that were staying here, and one day one of them was very poorly. They told me it was something that was completely unrelated to anything respiratory. I was told confidentially, so I probably won't say what it was, but it certainly wasn't the kind of thing that would have led to her coughing and having lots of flu-like symptoms and having to be shut in her bedroom all day with the student leader visiting every couple of hours to check on her. It was all very, very mysterious. I did ask the student leader, her teacher, at the time whether it was suspected that she might have coronavirus, because everything was just kind of starting up with it all then. And they were like, oh no, nothing like that. But it just seemed a bit odd to me, and she obviously had very flu-y kind of symptoms, lots of coughing and everything. But anyway, they were going the next day, so they left the next day. Within a couple of days after that, I was also coughing like crazy, and this was on the Tuesday morning before the lockdown sort of properly started. We were rushing around trying to get the kids ready for school and everything else. I kept coughing and coughing and coughing, and Phil came down and he said, I think really we've got to isolate this family because you've got a sudden cough and it will continuous and everything. So anyway, I had that. We decided we would isolate, and then of course later in the week everything just happened anyway, and we ended up in the whole big lockdown with school all closed and everything else. So anyway, here we are now, so many weeks later, and I've been asked to do this test. So maybe I've had it, maybe I haven't. Probably haven't. I'm probably just being dramatic, but you never know. So anyway, I'll put my envelope to one side. The main thing I need to have here really is, I think, this lovely booklet, which has lots of information in, saying things like you've got to wash your hands, which I'm pleased to say I have done. Clean table, I have cleaned the table. I've got a box of tissues here in case there's points of blood or in case it hurts so much it makes me cry. I've also got my phone ready to be a timer. Apparently the test itself takes about 10 minutes. So first thing I've got to do, and I have my glamorous assistant Phil here in case I need it, in case I faint or something. But I need to get all of the stuff out of the bag. Oh my goodness, it's so exciting. I am very curious to see whether I have had it, but we'll see. So, a plaster. That definitely means you're going to hurt yourself. A chlorhexidine in 70% alcohol skin wipe. COVID-19 diluent buffer, it's buffer solution. The actual COVID test, and 2 lancets, each with a protective cap. Now I'm supposed to use the yellow one first, and that's to make a hole and get the blood out, and if it doesn't work I can then use the orange one, so it's like a kind of backup. So I'm supposed to open up the test. It says on it rapid test cassette, but it still takes about 10 minutes to actually take effect. So that's the actual little test thing anyway. So, obviously I'll do some pictures or something afterwards as well. Oh, there is a pipette. We didn't think that there was a little pipette for doing the blood. I'm guessing that's silica. Oh yeah, it's desiccant silica. Keep it all dry. So anyway, I've got the pipette there. So apparently you can use that to suck the blood off your finger and then put it on the testing if you want to. But I'm probably just going to have a bash at just dripping it on, and we'll see what happens. I'm supposed to put it onto, bear with, onto the point that says S. But anyway, I will check the instructions as I read through, so it might be a bit boring at points. But anyway, so it says here, arrange the various pieces of test kit on a clean area of the table. So I've got the alcohol wipe, my 2 lancets, the test stick taken out the foil wrapper, the buffer liquid, timer or clock, not included, it says in the leaflet, which is a shame because a nice new iPhone would have been great as part of the kit. And the included pipette, but actually I'm going to try not to use it because I think just the kids will have fun with that. Okay, so step 2, hold the yellow lancets. We're getting close now, we're getting close to the injury. And twist the cap 1 full turn to unlock. Then pull the cap until you feel it separate from the device. Okay, remove the cap completely. You can dispose of the cap. Choose a spot on the fleshy bit or side of one finger as pictured here. Wipe the area on the finger with the alcohol wipe. And it very helpfully says if you are right-handed, it may be easiest to choose a spot on your left hand and vice versa. I'm going to go for the middle finger, I think. So to draw blood, press the uncapped end of the lancet firmly against your wiped finger until you hear a click. Okay. This will feel like a little pinch and will create a droplet of blood. Ooh. There it is. So it is quite a small droplet of blood. I'm supposed to squeeze my finger from one end to the other to try and make a droplet of blood. Oh my god, there it is. Sorry, language. Okay, so I'm squeezing it, and I drop the blood onto point S. It's got to be a large drop of blood apparently. Here it comes. Come on, drop! Getting close to having to use the pipette. I've got to completely fill the little square with blood. Oh, come on. Is it pipette time? No, I didn't do it. Wow! The pipette's quite effective. Let's get a bit more of that. I'm glad I got the tissues. There's pints of it now. I'm feeling faint. Here we go. Oh, it's a bit splattery. This is disgusting. Right, tissue. Oh, the pain. Oh, right. Be sure the blood covers the bottom of the well. The test will not work properly if not enough blood is dropped in. Okay, well, I think that's covered it. Do you want to confirm? Does that look all right to you? Right. So I don't think I need to repeat it. Do you think I need to repeat it? Looks good to you? Okay. Right. I'm going to just put that there. So actually, there's just left a bruise on my finger. What a fuss. Right, remove the cap from the buffer liquid container and add 2 drops to the circular well at the bottom marked B as shown in the picture below. Okay, here we go. 1, 2. Right, once the buffer liquid, I've I'm getting blood and everything, sorry. Once the buffer liquid has been added, wait for 10 minutes, but no longer than 15 minutes. So, here we go. Start. It's 10 minutes, so it's time to check the test. Obviously, I used the last 10 minutes very well, having a lie down after fainting 3 times, all the blood, everything like that. Honestly, I'm quite terribly in need of this. So, the next thing I have to do with the test, it's time to read it, but I have to put it on this photo template and take a picture of it with my phone, and then on the next page, I can do the analysing of the test results. So I have to line up the edges of this test. Got it. Right, turning the page now. Okay, so I'll have a look at my test result. And you can see that I have a red line next to the C, but nothing else in the window. Excuse all the splashing blood, it was obviously, you know. So that means I have, drum roll, a negative test result. Your test result is negative if the line next to C is completely red and there are no lines next to G or M, so here. So yeah, I was just kind of, probably was just being dramatic when I was like coughing my head off thinking, oh, it must be COVID, but it wasn't. It was just a cough. So now I've got to fill in a thing online. I've got to send them the photo that I've just taken of the test stick, and then dispose of all of this lot. Okay, I think that's it really. I'm left with one finger pricker and some of the solution, which I shall be disposing of